Well, it's all going to unfold this week, and with the end of season celebrations making this the opening night of the NRL's Grand Final week, we've got South Sydney and Penrith. They are through to the Premiership decider after starring in some primetime preliminary finals.
And the flags are flying for the red and green. They will go to the grand final in 2021.
Look, we obviously got to give credit to South. They played their usual quality style of rugby league, and they made us pay for a lot of those errors that we made tonight, and that's what the good sides do. You just can't give opportunities like that.
From a Manly point of view, we probably didn't do ourselves any favours in that first half. No, well done to South. They were too good.
Yeah, it's something that we obviously strive to achieve every year. Certainly a hard thing to do. Obviously, we've been in a number of prelims now and failed, but obviously this year we got the job done. Obviously satisfied with the victory tonight, but obviously there's one more to go.
Yeah, I just like the way we defended tonight. We got a little bit of luck in that first half there with a couple of tries they scored. But the end result is you need a bit of luck too. You know, I spent a lifetime being honest with myself. And if I thought I was washed up as a coach, I wouldn't coach. I wouldn't coach another day because I let too many people down. And I'll determine that, and no one's going to determine it for me. So nothing's changed for me.
Penrith have got it! Penrith have done it! The champions are knocked out.
And not taking anything away from the Panthers, they were outstanding tonight, but I think we were quite uncharacteristic with the ball, and I guess it's just a really disappointing way to finish our season.
We dropped a couple of real good opportunities, and with dropping balls, and Panthers really scrambled great there a couple of times to save a couple of tries, and like I say, probably not. We didn't have a whole heap going for us, but at the end of the day, we got what we deserved. The Panthers got what they deserved.
Super proud of the boys today. That was very courageous. Some of the try saves we've come up with were just, amazing. Wayne's the best. He's the best coach, probably of all time. Certainly in my memory. And so I'll be doing what I'm good at and staying in the background this week.
Ivan Cleary learning his lessons from a couple of weeks ago. He's just going to stay silent and not get dragged into another grand final week stoush with Wayne Bennett. But the Rabbitohs and the Panthers, the two teams left in this 2021 Premiership. And they've been outstanding, the way they've navigated this finals series. And I think this is our first all-Sydney grand final since 2014. So there's so much history behind these two clubs. What's the biggest storyline leading us towards Sunday?
Oh, look, it's going to be dominated by Bennett versus Cleary. That's going to be what everyone talks about. I think come grand final, the big story is going to be who handles the pressure. Yeah. Because I thought all four teams on the weekend showed signs of nerves just past, and I think that the two teams that lost actually played themselves out of it. So it's going to be interesting. The other thing too I think is interesting is, I think since 2015, I think it wasn't the Hoops, the team, if Melbourne don't win the comp, the team that beats Melbourne wins the comp. Yeah. Which is a fairly telling stat given how good Melbourne have been and that long sustained run that they've been on. So that tips it towards Penrith as well.
Yeah, Bennett definitely the story of the week, his 10th grand final. I was there in 1987, 35 years ago. They trained at a little ground called Seaford Oval where they used to play. And he was only listed as the assistant coach. Don Fern, a great man, Kangaroos coach, Raiders coach, was listed as the coach. But Don stepped back that year and played like a Phil Gould coaching consultant role when he was with Ricky at the Roosters. And he let Wayne run the football side, even though he'd never done it in the NRL. I clearly remember Wayne being out with the players, and there was young Daly and young Kevin Walker, these sort of guys, Peter Jackson. And Don just sat in the background. He was a really... He wanted Wayne to get the limelight. He was a really unselfish human being, and that's where it all started with Wayne. He got beat by Fatty Vaughton and the Manly at the last game at the cricket ground. But it was a great introduction to coaching.
Well, to your point, Buzz, that's only one of the two grand finals that he has lost, 1987, and then we all remember that cracking contest between the Cowboys where they broke a 20-year premiership duck. I just get the feeling as though this is all set up for Wayne. He's back in Queensland. He loves the Northern State. Everything, all the cards have started to fall his way. They beat Penrith only a month ago. It'll be an epic game, no doubt, what's at stake. But I'm just leaning slightly towards Souths.
The interesting thing about grand finals, like the Melbourne Cup winner, when you see the Melbourne Cup winner and you look at it, you think, why didn't I back it?
Yeah, it's so obvious.
It's so obvious.
Yeah.
So why didn't I back that?
Yeah.
And it's like this, whoever wins the game, the narrative just gets written around it, and you look at it and think, oh, well, whoever, last year you just looked at, should have just picked Melbourne, you know?
Yeah.
We just knew that. And that's the magic of the game itself. And you can, this is so wide open. You got Penrith, they got their 30th anniversary since the 91, since their first premiership. So this is the year for that. So there's so much into it. There's a lot of crossover between then and now. Bennett, Adam Reynolds leaving the club. There's so much going on there.